What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Stoop. I'm gonna get right to it. I was gonna do two videos, but I think I'm gonna just combine these because these are just two dumbasses. And I'm gonna let y'all decide who gets the dumbass of the week. So, dumbass number one is Rhonda Rousey. Okay. Now, I don't know how old this interview was, but when I saw it, it automatically pissed me off. Okay. Rhonda Rousey was on somebody's bullshit podcast and being interviewed and she was talking about UFC. Now, for those who don't know, Rhonda Rousey was UFC champion, women's champion for a while until she got dethroned by Holly Holm. It's one of the most trending matches on YouTube and in the UFC. Oh, a hummingbird. And check it out if you ain't got nothing to do. And then she got her snot box rocked again by Amanda Nunes. And after that, she figured, okay, I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm going to go do something else. So now she's back bashing UFC, okay? And what she said was, she said that UFC fans were, "What have you done for me lately" fans. And she went and she took a shit on Chuck Liddell. She took a shit on GSP. She took a shit on Rampage, saying that they were, once they either stopped fighting or lost, that UFC fans were saying, they won't shit, never were shit. Her words, not mine. And that really pissed me off because the people that she mentioned are some of my favorite UFC fighters to this day. So the shit she talking is not for them. That's for you. We are the ones that are like, "What have you done for me lately?" To you, because let's keep it funky. You were tops in judo. You tops in judo. Okay, Dana White, the president of UFC, was reluctant on having a women's section in UFC. Reluctant. I mean, went on camera saying absolutely not. But whoever the powers that be twisted his arm and they said, okay, we're gonna have a women's, women's champion, women's title, all that stuff. And right out the gate, who he gives the title to? Rhonda Rousey. And says, okay, you got a title, you defend it. And defended it. Defended it with first. She was almost the Mike Tyson of her weight class, because she was putting people out in the first and second rounds. She was that good. I'm not saying she wasn't good. She was that good. Doing judo, doing she had her little arm bars, and that's all she was good for, until she decided she wanted to switch it up and got a snot box rocked. So this whole, UFC fans thinking, you ain't shit because you're not on top, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. No, that's you. That's how we think about you. Because you the one took the sport and shit on it, and, you was the asshole of the UFC. GSP, it will always be revered as one of the greats. Rampage will always be revered as I think they're Hall of Famers. UFC Hall of Famers. Chuck Liddell, come on. Chuck Liddell, stop it. Rhonda, stop it. I said, what? That's why you get the reactions you get. You trying to be the bad guy for real. Like, stop. Go raise your ugly kids and leave the UFC and WWE alone. Just go raise your kids and be quiet. that pissed me off. That pissed me off to no avail. But you know, that's her opinion. She's entitled to it. I emphatically disagree. But she's a dickhead anyway. Anyway, dickhead number 2 goes to Keefe D. Now, for those who don't know, get you up to speed. Keefe D is on trial for the murder of Tupac. Okay? Now, for those who have followed this story from its very beginning, Tupac was in Vegas and was shot in a drive-by. Now, the shooter, the actual shooter, died, I think maybe weeks later, something like that. But the shooter's dead. The shooter's dead. So here we are 20-something years later, and this dumbass of the day number 2 is on trial because he supposedly orchestrated the whole thing. Now, let me make it make sense. He orchestrated it. That means he pushed the button. He made the call, whatever you want to call it. How did anyone know that? I can answer that. Because this dumbass goes on podcasts and interviews and starts running his mouth. He snitched himself out. He snitched on himself and told told the world what he told them, and now he's on trial for murder because he didn't pull the trigger. He didn't pull the trigger, but he orchestrated the whole thing. So how in the world? Why? First, no, not how, but why? Why would you go anywhere and tell anybody that you had anything to do with that? Like, you getting Tupac killed is not a flex. It's not a flex. Come on. The case was all but cold until you started running your mouth. Snitched yourself into prison because you're going to prison. Because this is a case that has gone on for years. That they kept saying, oh, we don't have any leads and this and that. Now all of a sudden somebody starts running their mouth and all of a sudden you on trial. Even Vlad has literally went live posting this trial. Because I think it was Vlad where you started snitching. So all these people that you see going on interviews and what have you and telling stuff, don't do it. Because it don't matter how you snitch, it's still snitching. Whether you snitching on somebody else or whether you snitching on yourself. Like, that's dumb. Like, why would you do that? And it's not a flex. Now you know, depending on who you ask, you one of the most hated people in the world right now. Because you got Tupac killed. Tupac could have still been alive. Maybe. But snitches get stitches. More like snitches get sentences. But anyway, that's dumbasses of the day. And I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all, you know, comment if you like. I'm going to spend the rest of this day enjoying the little bit of day off I got left. I'll see y'all later.